Hello, salutations, and guten Tag, everyone. It is 2015, and Happy New Year's to you. Well, in my last video, I covered an H&K weapon, actually licensed by H&K. It is an umrex weapon. Now, umrex is very much known for creating very well-designed and very well-patented weapons, as well as very good for Airsoft. Which also was a tribute to Level Cap, a gamer, a husband, and a well-known airsofter that me and my friends call the Bob Ross of Airsoft and Gaming. I will put a link in his channel below, and you can check him out whenever you want. But before we can actually do that, we will be reviewing another H&K weapon. Now, there's a reason why you do not see the test firing of the weapon like I do in my other videos. No, any combat video, because it was a Level Cap tribute video, and usually Level Cap has some combat footage. Sadly, I do not. That, and unlike Level Cap, he buys his guns from Airsoft GI and most other online providers. Me, I buy my Airsoft guns from the local sporting goods stores and the big conglomerate that has the initials WT. If for any of you who can figure out what WT is, you got 200 plus achievement points. I'm an Xboxer also. I love Xbox. But aside from me telling you this, what H&K design weapon will I be reviewing? Well, let me go ahead and specify now. The reason I cannot test fire these weapons is because I'm in Illinois, in the city. And in the city, it is not very appreciated for the firing of airsoft guns, nor the firing of real weapons. Frickin' city dwellers. So there's appreciation that I love for the country. So, what weapon am I reviewing today? Is it going to be an H&K pistol? No. Is it going to be an H&K submachine gun? Yes. Is it going to be the H&K mp7 iconic submachine gun? You wish it was. No. I'll be reviewing the H&K, which I'm reaching for off screen, mp7. Yes, the mp7. A very... Now, a little bit of exposition. The mp7 was actually a design PDW. PDW means personal defense weapon, for any of those who have no terminology of the guns or any gun knowledge at all. And as such, the PDW... The mp7 is actually the upgraded version of an mp5. However, it fires a slightly larger caliber round that is in between of a 7.62 and a 44 Magnum. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to be labeled a terrorist. Seriously, I'm not lying, guys. There has been a guy in my neighborhood who watched my videos and they called me a terrorist. So I'm not going to spout any more gun knowledge for that. But what I will say is the history. The mp7 is not only used by the Secret Service, the military, Special Forces, and German military, as well as German law enforcement and most other law enforcement agencies. However, most stateside law enforcements rather want to use the mp5 because of its double tap feature. I'm not lying, guys. It's actually a feature. Don't believe me? Look it up. That's what Google's for. Now, in actuality, we are going to now get into the review because I'm not lying, this gun has only been around for about a few years and not much history has built up on it, besides of course it's an iconic gun from Call of Duty. I will not say which Call of Duty, I will just let you COD fans do whatever in my comments section. Have a little argument over which better, the MP5 or the MP7, I don't care. But what I will say though is that the Airsoft counterpart is a little bit different. Now, this is the sporting goods version, meaning you can buy this weapon at any sporting goods store, Dick's, whatever. It doesn't matter. Now, when you actually get the gun, you already notice that it doesn't have the iconic buttstock that a lot of MP5s do. Now, that's just because, well, this is a sporting goods version. It's not the high-quality version that actually has the buttstock that goes into the actual gun. No, of course not. You'd be an idiot. But what it does have is a 4-position extending buttstock, which is very cool and actually made of a durable plastic and can be removed. So that way you have that icon. So that way you have a little bit of a handheld and can reenact your favorite Half-Life games. Oh yes, that's right. There was an MP7, a modified MP7, on the game Half-Life 2. And for those who are iconic Half-Life fans, such as myself, the Half-Life submachine gun is actually well known because it not only had a grenade launcher on top of the barrel, which was pretty awesome, but was also very much known for it. Now, it is an electric gun. I'm not gonna lie. And the magazine release, just like the real MP7, is right there on the trigger guard. I just press down, and the magazine releases. Now, the magazine itself is actually an aluminum plastic build, which is very nice and very much so, just like any other, H&K gun. But this one actually holds a 160-round magazine, high cap, with a flywheel feature. Of course, it's got to be a flywheel. Why wouldn't it be a flywheel? Now, the gun itself is electric. It has 2 flip-up sights, which is actually pretty nice. You have a white regular sight, which, of course, you can do that. And you can flip it up like this as such, and the white is hidden, if you're playing a dark game, of course. Now, it does come with a foregrip, and it is removable. It's a twist foregrip. And yes, I'm taking the gun completely apart. Now, you're probably asking yourself, because of this little piece right here, and you're already asking, where does the battery go? Well, barrel being metal as well, this is removable along with this. This is basically the gun in a nutshell. But the question you're probably asking now, if you can do all this, how big's the battery? This is the battery, people. I'm not lying. This is literally the battery. It is a small 7.2 volt battery that is a lot, actually. And I'm not going to lie, it's a 2-hour charge. 2 hours for this battery, while the H&K rifle I reviewed a while back was 4-hour charge. See where I'm getting at? Now, aside from that, though, you're already asking, is the gun fully ambidextrous? Yes, it is ambidextrous, but the quirky thing about it is that the safety is on the right side here, where you have to push it down in order to fire the gun, and then you have to push it back up, while the fire selector is over here on this side, where it has a semi-auto to full auto feature. So it's, in a sense, ambidextrous, but at the same time not ambidextrous. I know that's redundant. For those grammar Nazis, shut up. Now, what I will say about the gun is that it's a full plastic build and non-plastic build. It's a mix. And I've seen videos of the gun firing, and it's actually pretty accurate. So, any downsides to the gun? Not really. Besides, of course, you can't remove the sights. Literally, you can't remove the sights. The sights are metal, are fully plastic, and they're built in. Of course, they are flippable, so you are able to add some things. Now, there are Picatinny rails here, 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 and here. 4 Picatinny rails. And the gun does shoot a very nice 240 FPS. Close to 300. You know? Now, one thing I will say, though, about the gun is this. There's only very few missed potentials. Now, I understand umrex that you gotta have a quota, and you gotta do 2 different versions. But you could have taken the time to actually incorporate the competition version into your sports version here. Now, is there a certain nostalgia for the gun? Oh god, yes. From Half-Life 2. You know it, people. You know it. And I'll admit that the magazine release is a bit stiff, but after some use I think it'll loosen up. And another thing I am happy to say is that all umrex and H&K weapons are upgradable. That's right, you can take this whole thing apart, you can put in a new motor, a new barrel, drop down all sorts of upgrades on it, which does affect the score. So, with all the stuff I've said about the gun, with everything about it, and all the coolness, and everything about it, what does the gun register on the score? Well, it's a mix for me, honestly. I'm a big H&K fan. I love the history of H&K. And it's very iconic for me because I've used the mp7 on my Call of Duty games to rack up on the noob kills. Now, I did forget something. The hop-up system. It's a simple slide hop-up that's above the safety, and honestly, I've kept it on the default setting that comes right out of the box, and it's been recommended to keep it on the default setting because it's pretty accurate on default hop-up. And honestly, I can understand why. This gun is not made for long range. Now, it is made for mid to close range, but for me, honestly, I'll probably use it for mid to close range, or maybe even close mid-range, which is in the middle of close to mid-range. So, in all honesty, to say that the gun is a bit mediocre would be just spitting in the creator's face. In my opinion, this gun is beautiful. It is beautifully detailed, it is beautiful in what it does, and it's just beautiful all around, just as the H&K rifle was. But the question you're probably asking of me ranting, what's the point? Get to the point, you twat! Well, the only thing I can say is that, yes, it will break down. Unless you drop some upgrades into this thing and you just want to keep it stock, it will break down a little bit sooner, but not as soon. Probably take about a couple months before it finally breaks down. But until that time, this gun is a perfect project gun and a perfect starter submachine gun because it's on sale right now for about $70 at your local store, at your local shop, or even online. So I suggest you buy from your local sporting goods store and not WT. So, honestly, my final verdict is a mix. I want to give it a good score because it's a good gun. But at the same time, I have to give it a not-so-good score because it's not a good gun. I have heard some negative thoughts about the gun from online reviewers and other outlets, but at the same time, those negativities are coming from people who have no idea how to take care of their guns. I mean, granted, it's not exactly accurate to the original. There's a folding grip here that folds down, is able to fold back, and it can handle as a regular grip. But honestly, the best I can say about this gun is it is an 8 out of 10. It's a good buy. It's an 8 out of 10, and I don't care who says it, but that's an 8 out of 10 with it not upgraded. It completely upgraded, it completely modded to the point of no more modding. It's a 10 out of 10 legendary because the mods make it awesome and make it last a little longer than the usual past couple months. Me, on the other hand, I've had older guns that I've had since 2010, and they said those things were supposed to break down in a year. They haven't broke down in a year for me because I've taken care of them and haven't modded them. They're still stock. So, yeah, 8 out of 10 unmodded, 10 out of 10 modded. That's basically what I can say. But what I can say to you, my viewers, I tell you these things because there are people out there who don't know about Airsoft, who don't think that Airsoft is a fun game, my father included. My father's a hardcore paintballer. He's been a soldier in the Army for 21 years now and is still hardcore military. Still hardcore paintballer. My little brothers, on the other hand, they're wanting to check it out and they're wanting to get it. But when they get a little older, that's when the big brother here will start pulling them into Airsoft. But at the same time, all I can say is this. Be safe, be well, and don't let anybody tell you Airsoft's dangerous. Because it's not, and it's fully safe. Sort of. Thank you all for watching. This has been Roachclan5, Have a safe day.